Talk Radio Europe.
Friday Sports Bar with Dom Aldworth.
Well, good evening and welcome back to the Friday Night Sports Bar with me, Dom Aldworth. My next guest is without doubt one of the greatest ladies golfers of all time. During a 16-year professional career which ended in 2008, she dominated the women's game like Tiger Woods dominated the men's game. In 2003, she was inducted into the Golf Hall of Fame with 10 majors, 72 LPGA Tour wins to her name. Ladies and gentlemen, Annika Sorenstam, thank you very much for talking to us this evening.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
It's a pleasure. Well, this evening, it's actually this afternoon in your neck of the woods, Annika. Annika, I thought it was quite appropriate to talk to one of the greatest ladies golfers of all times. The 140th Open Championship is currently taking place. But before we talk about that, Annika, the focus is on you. I just want to give the listeners a little bit of an insight into how you got into golf. Of course, you come from Sweden. You were multi-talented. Football, skiing, tennis you were particularly good at as well. But golf, how did you get into golf? Was it a family thing?
It was a family thing. And, well, first of all, thank you for that introduction. I'm very flattered that, yes, sports have been part of my family for a long time. I started playing, like you said, soccer, tennis, I skied. Everything really that had a ball was my interest. And we lived 5 minutes from a golf course, so I would go out and kind of hang with my parents a little bit. And, I have to be honest, it took me a little while to really fall in love with the game. I enjoyed it, but, as a kid, I was looking for something a little bit faster paced, and therefore tennis was really my big thing. But the more I played, the more I enjoyed it, and the more I just wanted to get better. And I realized, wow, this is probably one of the hardest things I've ever tried. So, at the age of 16, I decided that I just want to focus on golf, and the history is really from there.
And, of course, your talent was clear to see from an early age. Your first set of golf clubs, I believe you had to share with your sister. Was she a better player than you at that age, of course?
Yeah, she was, as far as age goes, she's always been the better player age-wise, and we had to compete, and our goal was to be the best golfer in the family, so that was a fun little rivalry. We, like you said, we got a full set of clubs. We split it up to one were even and one were the odds, and that's really how we played. I mean, it was just learning, hitting different shots, and, she was continued to be my biggest rival, but also, good friend and also sister, so we competed and played together, and we just inspired each other, and it was really great to have, my sister right there, because we don't really get a lot of, young girls play as much, so it was the two of us and probably 20 guys, and that was how we brought up and how we learned to play the game.
And then golf took you from Sweden to Arizona to university there. You were very successful. Several collegiate titles you won, and the LPGA noticed you. And that's when your first invitation came. Was it in, I think, 93, I think it was. You were invited to 3 LPGA tours, and you performed particularly well. What a big moment in your career to move it forward.
Thank you. Yes, it was really a big moment. I mean, I just decided to become professional, and I was I was going to play in Europe, and but the European tour didn't start until the spring. So I had a few weeks open and got a few invites and wanted to get a chance to play on the LPGA, which was really a dream come true. And it was on the big stage, so it was a great start to my career, and I played very, very well. And I felt after that I made the right decision, and now I'm going to go to Europe with a lot more confidence, and that's really how my first few months started as a professional.
And Annika, 95, I mean, that was a big moment for you. Your first tournament win on the LPGA, and what a tournament to win as well, the Ladies US Open. Do you remember that well? Describe the emotions of lifting that trophy.
Oh, yes, I remember it very well, especially because the past week the ladies played there again, and I was over there at Colorado Springs, and there was, like I said, I mean, I had some early success on the LPGA as far as, top 10 finishes, but never really had to win, and I go to the Open in 95 and in the hopes again to have a good finish, but never did I really, I mean, you dream of winning, but you never know if it's going to happen. So, I played very steady throughout the week, and then on the weekends I started to climb the leaderboard, and, all of a sudden to come down the stretch and, be one of the top 3 having a chance to win the championship. I mean, I remember very clearly, I was extremely nervous. 17 is a par 5, and I was just honestly chopping it from right side to the left side and made par there. And then on 18 did a 6-iron and then 2-putted. And I just had to sit in the booth and watch what, especially Meg Mallon was going to do. And it kick-started my career. I mean, to win what I consider the biggest championship in women's golf, and at the age of 24, it changed my life, and in a lot of different ways. So mostly it was giving me the confidence that that I needed for the rest of the year to finish out on a strong note.
Annika, 95, 97, 98, you were the Tour Player of the Year. I mean, some of the records that you've actually broken, 93 professional wins, 72 on the US, the LPGA Tour itself, 10 majors, some staggering statistics there. But I think it was early 2000, there was a young Australian that came on the scene that really started to challenge you, which you hadn't really had for the most part of your career to date, and that was Karrie Webb. You took it on board to get yourself, I think, a bit like Tiger Woods did for the men's game from a fitness point of view. You embarked on a regime that really lifted your game. You were driving the ball, 20, 30 metres further with this regime. Was it because of Karrie Webb and her wanting to challenge you at the top of the table that you decided to do this?
Well, it was certainly a fun rivalry. I mean, Karrie is somebody I've always enjoyed playing against, and somebody that helped me get better. And, she came on the scene, and she was a long hitter. She was an aggressive player, but, mentally very strong. And so it was back and forth, the two of us. And then Sarah Pax joined. But it was great because, I mean, I wanted to get better, and I felt like I had the potential to get better. But she really pushed me, and the rivalry back and forth was very healthy. And, I remember those times really clearly. It was fun. And, Karrie, as we all know, she still continues to play. But, at the time, in like the late 90s and early 2000s, it was, just the two of us, battling back and forth. And I thought it raised the bar for women's golf. It put women's golf on the map and, more from an international standpoint as well. So it was fun times.
Annika, you clearly dealt with pressure, big match temperament, performing well in the biggest stage, very, very well. 2003, the first woman since 1945, I think it was, to be invited to play on the men's tour in America. That must have been a big pressure moment for you, especially in the face of all the criticism from some of the players, in particular Vijay Singh. That must have been daunting for you.
It was. I mean, for me, it was a dream come true. And the way I looked at it is, it was a great opportunity for me to play against the best male golfers in the world. Again, really to test myself and help me raise, my bar and become a better player. I mean, I think that's what we all want to do. The experience that I got from that particular week, and I mean, I know players, didn't like it and so forth, but it wasn't. I never had the intention of proving, women can play against men, and that was not it. It was just another golfer who wanted to, play at the highest level and become a better player and learn from these guys. So the experience, when I look back at my career, I mean, that is just one of the highlights for sure. I mean, this was in 2003. I mean, I had the best years after that, 3 and 4 and 5. It was really great years for me, and I thought if I can play under those circumstances and under that pressure, it's going to look major, like a piece of cake. So, and it really think it taught me a lot about myself, obviously a lot about my game, and it was, like I said, I look back and it was just a wonderful time.
Annika, unfortunately for your fans and golf fans that followed your career, the retirement came very early. 2008 it came, especially considering you started that particular season very well. But life has moved on for you. You seem to be one of these people that operate in a world with 48 hours in a day. I wish I could work like that as well. But life is busier for you than ever, Annika. You're a mother, you're a wife, you have your golf academy in Florida, you got your foundation as well on top of golf course design. Tell us a little bit about your life away from golf, although it still is very much involved, away from the professional game.
Well, you mentioned, some of the stuff I do, and yes, I mean, I'm keeping very busy. I mean, I stepped away and not knowing how busy I would be, but, I'm really doing the things I enjoy. I mean, everything is what it's a passion of mine. You mentioned the Golf Academy. Here I can share, my knowledge for fitness and golf with my personal coaches to really anybody. Golf course design, using my creativity, all the knowledge and all the experience from playing all the courses around the world. I got the clothing line. I got wine. I love wine. I love the lifestyle and the foundation to really impact thousands of kids, to live a healthy and active lifestyle. And again, with different, positions on different boards, I'm still involved in the game. Obviously not inside the ropes, but outside the ropes is easily as fulfilling. My family life is really in good order, and I love being a mom. I love being a wife, and my kids are keeping me busy. So, times on the course are wonderful. I think, times right now are equally as wonderful, if not even more. It's different, a totally different life. But yes, I'm a lot busier now because I got all these moving parts, and it's the juggling is something I have to do every day, but don't really wish on anything else.
Well, if you don't mind me saying, it keeps you looking far younger, I must say. And Annika, before we let you go, it's been great to have you on the show this evening. Of course, the 140th Open Championship taking place at Royal St George's. I know you love to still watch the majors. Your tip for the British Open, for the Open Championship, do you think Rory McIlroy might come from behind? All four majors are currently held by European Tour-based players, the Ryder Cup as well. We know the strength of the European Tour. Do you think American on a links course could do it this year?
Well, I'm actually watching it right now, and right now I think we have, a lot more American players at the top than we have in the past. I don't know if it's because of the condition are quite mild today, but or maybe even the setup of the golf course. But it's a wonderful championship to watch. I think it just makes you hit some shots that really don't do it throughout the season. I think that there's going to be some tougher weather the next few days. I do think that somebody with a lot more links experience is going to really race to the top. So it's an exciting thing to watch. I love watching the majors, like you said, and especially the weekends. And I'm just saying that Sergio is making a great charge. Somebody that would love to see be up there. It's good for the game.
Well, listen, Annika, I know you've probably got a very busy day and a busy weekend ahead at your academy and playing mom and all of that. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on, Annika. Thank you very much for taking time out to talk for us this evening, and enjoy the rest of the Open Championship.
Well, likewise. Thank you very much.
All right, Annika. Bye-bye now.